Hello, our Jollibees! Welcome to our National Convention Day. As always, this day, together with the team consisting of Elle, Kenji, Chen, Kuhu, and me, Akhmet, will celebrate our history to newcomers, to new Jollibees, see where we are today, and present our future vision. Let's start!
In 1975, the Filipino-Chinese Tan family opened an ice cream parlor in the Philippines. In 1977, President Tony Tan diversified into burgers modified to adhere to the local Filipino taste. Quickly becoming a customer favorite, they opened 5 more stores with the next year, at which point they became known as Jollibee Food Corporation. Jollibee's name stemmed from its vision of creating a hardworking and cooperative company culture, similar to bees working in a hive. It also stemmed from its mission of creating a jolly experience for customers to enjoy their meals. It had 5 business pillars, which they referred to as the 5 F's: favorable food, fun atmosphere, flexibility in catering to customer needs, a focus on families, and frugality. This last point was emphasized especially throughout the company's operations. The family-owned business expanded quickly throughout the Philippines, using internal funding until the year 1993, after which they opened their branches to franchisors. That same year, the company also became public, raising about $8 million from their IPO. The Tan family, however, still retained majority ownership and control of Jollibee. Quickly, Jollibee became a national icon. Its menu diversified into other product offerings such as Chicken Joy, Joy Hot Dog, Jolly Sweet Spaghetti, Peach Mango Pie, and the like. At its core was its unique Filipino taste. Throughout its expansion, Jollibee situated its branches in prime, high-traffic locations throughout Metro Manila. Recognizing that the profitability of a fast food business relied largely on attaining a large volume of customers and order quantities, which can most likely be attained by quick branch expansion. They also focused on operational efficiency, making sure that inventory level was optimal, waste was minimal, and costs were low. The company has been able to achieve this by having one major centralized commissary in Zenith, Lagua. The company also reduced the high costs associated with opening and managing stores by franchising. Franchising allowed them to achieve economics of scale in both advertising and purchasing. Consequently, they were able to capture market share and build brand value efficiently.
Now that we know how Jollibee has maintained its leading position in the domestic Philippine market, let's take a look at their international expansions. When Jollibee first expanded internationally, it faced conflicts with Jollibee headquarters because of disagreements in the branch operations. Expansion attempts in Singapore, Taiwan, and Indonesia in 1980s failed due to disappointing revenues, internal conflicts, and quality, cleanliness, and efficiency issues. On the other hand, Brunei was a success because local partners and investors supported the Philippine operating control. Jollibee's strategy to expand into the international market is to target regions with high fast food market growth and a large Filipino population, aiming to set up one branch for every 30,000 Filipinos. Ideally, they target markets where there is less industry competition but good availability of suppliers. Through focused groups in new markets, Jollibee localizes its product offerings to adapt to local preferences. In 2016, the company set aside a whopping 10.4 billion pesos for the capital expansion of its stores. It supported the opening of 200 stores in the Philippines and another 80 stores in the offshore locations. The expansion is done by acquiring existing fast food chains like they did in Vietnam and Hong Kong, having joint ventures like with Smash Burger in the US, or opening self-owned stores like they did in Chicago.
All of these efforts have made Jollibee the largest fast food chain in the Philippines, currently having over 1,000 stores and a market share of 59%. Jollibee's sales in the Philippines are double that of the next largest competitor. Its sales are larger than those of the two biggest foreign competitors combined. The company recorded $2.1 billion in revenue in 2015, increasing 1.6 times, while CAGR increased 13.08% from 2011 to 2015. Over the same period, share price has tripled. This domestic growth will be propelled further in the coming years, as the fast food industry comprises the largest and the fastest growing category in the Philippine consumer food service industry. Catering to a population of over 100 million, growth in terms of outlets, transactions, and value sales remains vibrant. Looking at Jollibee's net profit margin, they have maintained the number at about 5% during the past 5 years. Looking at the return on equity, although the ratio has decreased from 2013 because of fierce competition and increasing cost of sales and interest payments industry-wide, Jollibee has still managed to achieve higher performance in the presence of its main competitors. Looking at the company valuation using EV/EBIT ratio, Jollibee's score is 46.82 and remains the lead amidst its main competitors in the Philippines. The company has been enjoying double-digit growth over the past 5 years, a feat that is unparalleled in the industry. Looking at the debt, we see a massive spike in 2015 due to its store expansion program, technological investments, and acquisitions and joint ventures internationally. However, debt ratio still remains low, and their good current ratio suggests that current assets exceeds current liabilities, implying no urgent problems for Jollibee. Looking at their cash flows from operating activities increased drastically in 2015 because of receivables inventories reduction. After analyzing Jollibee's financials, the company looks to be in good financial health.
Although Jollibee has enjoyed several notable successes in the domestic market, growth will be limited if they only focus on one market. Currently, Philippines is contributing 80% of its worldwide market. Jollibee has been facing challenges on reproducing the same success internationally. In fact, this concern seems to be impacting their stock prices, tumbling as much as 5.8% in February 2017. This fall came after Jollibee reported that it was selling its majority stakes in the US-based Chow Fun, owner of Ginger Bar and Bistro, and China-based San Ping Wang, a beef noodle chain. The two retreats coming in quick succession leaves Jollibee still mainly dependent on its domestic operations. In Asia, JFC is now the largest Asian food service company. However, Jollibee's vision is to become one of the top 5 quick service restaurants in the world by market capitalization. Currently, McDonald's remains number 1 with a market cap of $106.02 billion. In comparison, Jollibee has a market cap of about $4.03 billion. In terms of number of stores, McDonald's currently stands at about 35,000 stores. In comparison, Jollibee has around 3,300, 80% of which are in the Philippines. In both market cap and number of stores, Jollibee is less than 10% of McDonald's. To achieve this ambitious goal, Jollibee is specifically looking into how to successfully enter and expand in the US, which accounts for 35% of the global fast food industry as of 2016, China, and other Southeast Asian countries.
One of the biggest challenges overseas is the fierce competition they will face with the likes of global giants such as McDonald's and KFC, which cater to all sectors of society, both young and old. To better understand the competitive landscape, we have identified 6 main factors of competition for quick service restaurants. To present a more objective view, we ask individuals from all over the world to rank these factors when deciding among fast food brands. From the results, the ranked factors are below. When comparing Jollibee with its primary competitors, McDonald's and KFC, we found that Jollibee performs best on uniqueness of menu options, low prices, and good service. However, they're lagging behind most in terms of number of convenient locations and store ambience. In terms of the fresh ingredients, the 3 brands are close to each other, with McDonald's leading only by a small fraction. From our survey results, we also found that only 50% of our respondents know about Jollibee, as compared to 100% brand recognition to both McDonald's and KFC. Since Jollibee currently depends mainly on the Filipino population for its international expansion strategy, we were not surprised with this result. Finally, we can see that consumers value healthy options more than good service and ambience. After mapping the top quick service restaurant in a perceptual map, we can see that there is a fierce competition in the lower left quadrant. There are much more opportunities with less competition in the upper mid to right quadrant. Jollibee is also in a highly competitive industry. When we look at the 5 forces that shape the international quick service industry, we find that the buyers have a high bargaining power because they have many choices available and switching cost is low. Threat of new substitute products is also high because of the constant change in consumer taste behaviors and low switching costs for customers to try new products. Threat from new entrants is high because of the relatively lower capital needed to start fast food restaurants and franchise fast food chains. Lastly, bargaining power of suppliers is more towards medium, depending on the size and diversity of the fast food chain industry in the specific country.
Given these challenges, we propose the following recommendations for Jollibee to succeed in achieving its vision of becoming one of the top 5 quick service restaurants in the world. In both existing and potential target countries, we recommend that Jollibee continue to capitalize on its uniquely Filipino brand and menu offerings, as recent trends in the fast food industry show that unique menu options are valued and franchise diversity is becoming more rampant as the world becomes more and more globalized. From our perceptual map, this quadrant also shows the most opportunities to enter with less competition. To move outside of the Filipino market, we recommend that Jollibee incur more marketing expenses despite less economies of scale. This is necessary to increase brand awareness and gain recognition in international markets. Of course, much market research and R&D costs are needed, as it is likely that Jollibee would have to localize their menu offerings in each international target.
Hi Mom! Jolly afternoon!
It is true that I lie to my daughter and tell her that Ronald McDonald has been implicated in the disappearance of small children. That I sneer at fast food, revile it at every opportunity. But I am also a hypocrite, because to me, Filipino chain Jollibee is the wackiest, jolliest place on earth.
Although increased menu diversity almost always comes at a cost of some operating efficiency and control, we are convinced that such adaptability to local tastes are necessary. In fact, this is evident in the Singapore example, where we found out from our interview with International Operations Manager Sir Alex Serrano that success comes out of Jollibee's decision to offer a spicier version of the Chicken Joy. This decision actually led the spicy chicken product offering to enjoy an increase in contribution from 15% in Q1 2016 to 30% in Q1 2017. If Jollibee food corporations also want to capture a larger global market, it should continue to acquire or partner with international chains that can effectively capture different niche markets. Its recent acquisition stake in Smash Burgers in the US is a good example. By acquiring Smash Burgers, Jollibee took into consideration recent industry trends such as the growing popularity of fresh ingredients, unique menu offerings, and franchise diversity as a result of changing consumer attitude, preference, and tastes worldwide. By continuing to fill this promising space in the global quick service restaurant industry, Jollibee can even increase the overall market size and have first mover advantage in a more unique food offering that can steal the market of bigger yet less flexible brands.
KFC and Popeyes was my favorite until I met Jollibee.
Oh, yay! That's good. Moving forward, Jollibee's greatest challenge will be balancing the tension between its need to grow past its Filipino roots while also maintaining the core values and competencies that made it successful in the first place. No doubt, this process will take some trial and error. However, if it is successful, Jollibee will be able to take its place among the top 5 quick service restaurant companies in the world.
Thank you and be happy.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a